All right, so this, of course, is the big story that we're tracking on WION this hour, where the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Washington. And in a few hours from now, he's expected to meet with the American President Donald Trump at the White House for a bilateral. Now, the Indian Prime Minister, remember, is holding crucial bilaterals. He is, at this moment, we're given to understand, meeting the world's richest man, Elon Musk, who also is a close aide of Donald Trump as a part of his administration. And this has set the stage for a crucial diplomatic encounter, as the two leaders, that is Donald Trump and Narendra Modi, are known to have a very warm personal rapport. But they're preparing to navigate some very complex negotiations. A short while ago, the Indian Prime Minister also met with the National Security Advisor, Michael Waltz, and senior Trump administration officials ahead of the meeting said that ties between India and the United States are the most critical bilateral relationship of the 21st century. And the two nations are moving towards signing some new defense framework, defense procurement by India from the United States. Now, the Modi-Trump chemistry has been very evident in their previous encounters that were marked by some spectacular joint appearances at massive rallies. The world witnessed the two leaders amidst cheering crowds at the Howdy Modi event in Houston in 2019, and then a year later at the Namaste Trump event in India's Ahmedabad city. Now, both leaders call each other to be very close friends. And the Indian Prime Minister is, of course, the fourth global leader after the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, and Jordan's King Abdullah II to meet Donald Trump in the United States in his second presidential term. The visit also underscores the importance of the Trump presidency, which it accords to India and vice versa. Now, remember, India has moved strategically to smoothen some potential friction points. New Delhi has demonstrated goodwill by lowering certain tariffs. Now, these preemptive measures aim to forestall potential demands from Donald Trump, who has not hesitated to weaponize tariffs against allies and adversaries alike. Now, the visit comes in the backdrop of the deportation of the illegal Indian immigrants. Earlier in the day today, a second flight with Indians deported from the United States landed in Amritsar. Now, early in the month of February, the very first flight from the United States landed, but the manner in which the illegal Indian immigrants were handcuffed and their legs restrained with chains and brought back in a military aircraft has not been well received in India. Now, the Modi government has had to face some very tough questions on this issue at the heels of the current visit. The United States has been deporting the second batch of the illegal immigrants back to India. And during the Modi-Trump meeting, the discussions will also center on defense and security cooperation. A potential meeting with Tesla chief Elon Musk has added another whole new dimension to the Prime Minister's visit. So as India eyes expansion in its electric vehicle sector, the billionaire has toyed with the idea of launching a more affordable model of the all-electric Tesla car in India. Now, Modi's schedule also includes meetings with the Trump cabinet members, U.S. business leaders and the Indian-American diaspora community. He's already held meetings with the newly appointed Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Behind the diplomatic warmth, the stakes are pretty high. And Trump is expected to reciprocate with a visit to India for the next Quad meeting. And both leaders appear poised to maintain their strategic partnership despite the potential challenges. And these are images of the Indian Prime Minister meeting with a key important individual within the Republican Party, Vivek Ramaswamy. Remember, he was earlier a part of DOGE, that is the Department of Government Efficiency. He's no longer a part of the department now, but an important voice within the Republican Party nonetheless. And we earlier spoke with Voice of America's correspondent Jessica Stone, who joined us live from the White House. Listen to what she had to say about this crucial bilateral meeting between the Indian Prime Minister and the American President.
Well, the way Caroline Levitt described the concept, and this really is more of a concept, and we'll have to see how it's actually implemented, is the golden rule that, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And so what I think we're going to see is tariffs slapped equally on countries that slap them on the United States on various goods. Of course, the major goods that go back and forth between U.S. and India are nuclear power reactors and their parts, gems, oil, gas, as well as pharmaceuticals. And so these are the areas I would expect to see targeted for those tariffs. But having said that, we also know from Trump administration officials that they are giving the Indian government a very clearly stated path to reduce the deficit, which is a big irritant in all relationships that are bilateral between the United States under Donald Trump and their trading partners. And so they basically said, we will ask Modi to buy more oil, buy more potentially liquefied natural gas, and to buy more defense products in order to reduce that $46 billion trade deficit between the U.S. and India.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.